Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss energy equation, which is basically one of the basic governing equation of the convection. The basic governing equation of the convection are continuity equation, which is based on mass balance, momentum equation, which is based on force balance, energy equation, which is based on energy balance of the control volume. Now, consider the formation of the boundary layer over a flat plate. Now, consider a control volume within this boundary layer region. Okay, now the dimensions of the control volume are dx along the flow and dy perpendicular to the flow, and we are considering only 2D flow. Okay, dimension perpendicular to the board is unit, which is z direction. Now, according to the energy principle, the net change of energy of the system is equal to the difference between energy entering the system and energy leaving the system. Now we are going to discuss this equation with the help of example. Suppose 20 watts of energy is entering the system and 50 watts of energy is leaving the system. Okay, E in is 20, E out is 50. So this energy equation is showing these 30 watts are stored in the control volume. So change in the energy of the control volume is difference between energy leaving and energy entering the system. As we already know, for steady flow, change in the energy of the system is zero. For the steady flow, parameters like temperature and velocity should not change with time. Then what is required for this condition? If this control volume store any amount of heat, or if the energy of this system is changed, then the temperature of the control volume will increase. To maintain the steady flow or to maintain the constant temperature, what is required? It means the change of energy of the system should be zero. So this condition is showing whatever energy is entering the system, same energy is leaving the system. 20 watts of energy entering the system, hence 20 watts of energy should leave the system, and energy stored by the system should be zero. So for steady flow, our energy equation reduces to this. This control volume can transfer the energy with its surrounding fluid in three ways, which are energy transfer by mass, energy transfer by heat, and energy transfer by work. Energy equation becomes like this: E in E out by mass plus E in minus E out by heat plus E in minus E out by work is equals to 0. Now we are going to discuss energy transfer by mass, heat and work separately. First of all, we are going to discuss how energy is transferred by mass. Now, fluid which is entering the control volume is having some temperature. Suppose fluid which is entering the control volume is having the temperature of 20 degree centigrade. Okay, 20 degree centigrade. As we already know from the basics of thermodynamics, total thermal content of a substance is given by mCp(T). So fluid having some temperature T, 20 degrees centigrade, is having this much of thermal energy. Now when this fluid enters the control volume, some thermal energy is also entering the control volume. Now we are going to discuss energy transfer by heat. Consider the formation of the thermal boundary layer over the flat plate. As we already know, the temperature of the flowing fluid is 20 degrees centigrade, which is entering the control volume. Now consider the temperature of the flat plate is 50 degree centigrade. From the basics, we know that the layer which is adjacent to the flat plate attains the temperature of the plate. Now, the temperature of this layer is 50 degree centigrade. Now consider when fluid is moving from here to here, it is having the 20 degree centigrade at inlet to the control volume. Now there is a contact between two layers. This layer is having 50 degree centigrade temperature and this layer is having 20 degree centigrade temperature. Now there will be the heat transfer by conduction between these two layers. This way, this control volume can transfer the energy by heat. Now, third way, we are going to discuss the energy transfer by work. As we already know from the basics of the fluid mechanics, when two layers glides over each other due to the property viscosity or internal fluid friction, some energy is lost. Now this energy is considered in the energy transfer by work in energy balance. Now from the basics we know that when we convert this energy into heat, due to the friction, the conversion of this mechanical energy into heat, the amount comes out to be very less. So when we convert this energy into heat, the amount of thermal energy due to the fluid friction or due to the viscous effect of the fluid is very less. So we can neglect this value. When we neglect energy transfer by work, we have only two components of the energy transfer, which are energy transfer by mass and energy transfer by heat. So our energy equation is converted into the heat balance equation, which comes out to be E in minus E out by mass plus E in minus E out by heat is equals to 0. Now we are going to determine the value of these two factors and substitute this value in this equation. Name this equation as equation number 1. Now we are going to determine the value of E in minus E out by mass and E in minus E out by heat and substitute this value in the equation number 1. Now consider this control volume. I have shown this control volume in the large way here. This control volume is transferring the energy with its surrounding. Now we are considering 2D flow. In 2D flow, heat transfer can take place in x and y direction. Hence, to derive the energy equation, we need to determine the subtraction of energy in and energy out by mass in x direction, energy in minus energy out by mass in y direction, energy in minus energy out by heat in x direction, and energy in minus energy out by heat in y direction. So we will determine these four values and substitute these values in the equation number 1. We are going to determine the value of energy in minus energy out by mass in x direction and energy in minus energy out by mass in y direction. As we already know, energy associated with mass is given by the enthalpy of the substance. So energy in by mass in x direction is mass flow rate into enthalpy per unit mass, which is small h in x direction. Energy out by mass in x direction is given by this expression, which is basically Taylor series expansion, m dot h x plus d upon dx m dot h x dx. M dot hx and m dot hx will cancel each other, hence we are left with this term only. Okay. Now as we already know from the basic of the thermodynamics, enthalpy per unit mass is given by CPT, and mass flow rate in x direction is given by rho u dy, velocity in x direction and area perpendicular to the flow direction. So for x direction, area will be dy into 1. So mass flow rate is given by density into discharge, and discharge is velocity into area, rho u dy into 1. After substituting the value of mass flow rate and enthalpy, we will get the equation like this: minus d upon dx rho u dy cpt dx. Now, because we have considered a control volume of a given dimension, so dx and dy are constant for a given control volume. Now we are assuming that fluid properties are not changing, they are constant. So we are considering rho, density of the fluid, and specific heat of the fluid to be constant while it is flowing through the control volume. When these are constant, they can be taken out of the derivative. So our equation will be converted like this: rho cp dx dy d upon dx ut. Only two variables are there, which are velocity due to the flow and temperature due to the heat. Okay, after differentiating by chain rule, we will get the equation like this: rho cp dx dy, and after differentiation, u del t upon del x plus t del u upon del x. Now in this way we have obtained the expression for E in minus E out by mass in x direction. Similarly, we can obtain the expression for E in minus E out by mass in y direction like this: rho cp dx dy v del t upon del y plus t del v upon del y. Now when we will add these two equations, we will get energy in minus energy out by mass. So while adding these two terms constitute the continuity equation, and remember, from the continuity equation, del u upon del x plus del v upon del y for 2D flow is 0. So summation of these two terms will be 0. Now we are left with only these terms. Okay, and after taking rho cp dx and dy common, we will get E in minus E out by mass as rho cp dx dy u del t upon del x plus v del t upon del y. Now we are going to determine the value of E in minus E out by heat. Now we are going to determine the value of E in minus E out by heat in x direction and E in minus E out by heat in y direction. E in minus E out by heat in x direction and E in minus E out by heat in y direction. As we already know, heat transfer between two layers can take place by conduction, and the heat transfer rate by conduction is given by Fourier's law of heat conduction. So E in is Qx, E out by heat in x direction is Qx plus d upon dx Qx into dx. This is by Taylor series expansion. Now I am going to discuss the physical meaning of this Taylor series expansion. Suppose 2 watts of heat is entering the substance and 5 watts of heat is leaving the substance. So this is 2 watts and this whole term in the bracket is 5 watts. This 5 watts can be written as 2 plus 3. 2 is entering the control volume and this total is showing change within the control volume. So this is change in the control volume 2 plus 3. So in this way, Taylor series expansion is given. Now after simplifying Qx and Qx will cancel each other, and now we are left with only minus d upon dx Qx dx. Now as we already know, heat transfer rate by conduction is given by Fourier's law of heat conduction, which is Ka dt upon dx. Now substitute the value of Qx, Ka dt upon dx, and as we already know, area is taken perpendicular to the heat flow direction. Okay, so dy into 1. Now as I already discussed, we are considering the properties of the fluid to be constant. So K is constant, and the dimensions of the control volume are also constant. So K, dx and dy are taken out of the derivative, and we are left with del square T upon del x square. Similarly, we can determine the value of E in minus E out by heat in y direction, which comes out to be K dx dy del square T upon del y square. When we add these two equations, we will get E in minus E out by heat, and which comes out to be K dx dy, which is taken common, del square T upon del x square plus del square T upon del y square. Now we will substitute the value of these two terms in the equation number 1, and finally we will get energy equation in x direction. Now after substituting the value of E in minus E out by mass from equation number 2 and E in minus E out by heat from equation number 3 into equation number 1, we will get the equation like this: K dx dy del square T upon del x square plus del square T upon del y square, which is the value of E in minus E out by heat, and is equals to rho Cp dx dy u del T upon del x plus V del T upon del y, which is the value of E in minus E out by mass. Because we have changed the sign, here it was minus, after shifting to the right hand side, the minus sign will be converted into the positive sign. Now after solving, we will get the equation like this, because dx dy will cancel each other. Now equation will be simplified like this, and if we shift this rho Cp from left hand side to the right hand side, then K by rho Cp will be alpha. Then finally we will get the energy equation like this. So this is our final energy equation in x direction. Thank you everyone.